What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be doing a little Q&A session, answering questions from you guys, my subscribers and followers that I received on Instagram. So let's go ahead and get into these because there's some really good questions in here. First one, what is the most important piece of advice you wish you could tell your younger self? I wish I could go back in time and tell my younger self to beware of envy. It will rot you from the inside out. When you crave being somebody else, you destroy your own life in the process. And as a young man, you should be incredibly focused on looking around and saying, hey, I don't want to be anybody else except for myself, the person that God created me to be. And I'm going to try to be the best version of myself that I possibly can be. So beware of envy. Don't envy others. Live out your own life. Want your own success more than anything, not the success that somebody else has. Next question is, how do I become a better man by destroying lust? When it comes to the battle with lust, what you have to understand is that it's through the struggle that you grow stronger. And it's a lifetime struggle. You're going to be tempted forever. While you're on this earth, you are going to be tempted to look at women in a way that you shouldn't look at them, to do things that you shouldn't do. I want you to see the fire of your struggle as refining you, as purifying you. It's constantly making you better. It's giving you the opportunity to die to your flesh every single day. And you have to remember that. What's the best way to get in shape without being in the gym for hours while working out? Honestly, staying in shape doesn't require hours of working out in the gym every single day. If you do full body workouts and you do 4 workouts per week, which is plenty in order to continue to build muscle and strength and stay in really good physical condition, if the programming is right and the intensity is there, you will make amazing progress just doing hour-long workouts 4 days per week. Take 1 day out of the week to do meal prep to make sure that you have good protein sources throughout the week. Have your fridge stocked with vegetables. Have your pantry stocked with good high-protein foods that don't tempt you to eat things that you shouldn't eat. Staying in shape itself is actually pretty simple, but it's definitely not easy to build up those habits and stay consistent with them. As someone who wants to wait till marriage to have sex, where do I find someone who is of the same mind? You and me both, brother. And the church is our only hope, if I'm being honest with you. You know, even I myself have struggled with this immensely to find women that are pure in the church. A lot of girls are very promiscuous. And even if they've devoted their lives to God now, they might have previous encounters, a history where they went through a rebel phase. You know, even if they grew up in the church, maybe they were disobeying their parents for a period of time. I think the best thing that you can do is be fine with waiting. Every single time you feel a little bit lonely, you know, or you wish, I want to have a partner so bad. I want to have a woman. It would make my life so much better. Give it to God. Say, God, here's how I feel. Give me a woman when you're ready to give me a woman. Your will be done. What are some of the ways that I can attract more women as a man without dating apps? There's a lot of questions about girls in here. And I'm okay with it, but it is funny to see how much guys obsess over getting girls. You know, I'm not a dating coach or anything. You know, I'm a fitness coach, but guys will still ask me so many questions about females, about dating, and about relationships. Personally, I think that there's a really healthy balance when it comes to approaching a certain amount of girls every single week and then being able to meet new people, whether it's through friends or at church or through Bible studies, anything along those lines. How you go about attracting women is through the aura that you cultivate. And that aura is cultivated 24 hours a day. When you're constantly practicing keeping the promises that you make to yourself, building up confidence in yourself, and starting to like the person that you are. When you like you, women will be drawn to you a lot more. When you have a mission, when you have goals, women will be drawn to you a lot more. You know, I was once talking to a beautiful woman, and she criticized my Instagram. She said that I looked like a douche. I think that was her comment, because she saw my shirtless photos on Instagram. And when she criticized me for that, all of a sudden I felt this insecurity creep in that I hadn't felt in forever. And I was like, whoa, am I a douche? Do I need to stop posting photos of me with my shirt off? And I stopped dead in my tracks, 5 seconds into thinking this in my brain. And I'm like, why am I insecure about this all of a sudden? Every single man would kill to be in the position that I am, you know, with 500,000 followers on Instagram, a large following, a business, making lots of money, doing what I love. People would kill to be in this situation that I'm in. She was testing me, and ultimately what you have to do is you have to stay secure through those tests. You have to show them, yeah, I don't really care, you know. I might look like a douche. I make a lot of money. I do what I want to do. I'm going to continue doing it. As soon as you become secure in that, people realize that they can't throw you off guard by what they say. They realize that you don't really care about their opinion and that you're going to go do whatever you want to do no matter what. And what they think of you is not going to change what you continue to do. If you ever find yourself changing aspects of you that are making you successful, aspects of you that are authentic, because you're scared of what somebody else thinks about you, a beautiful woman thinks about you, stop yourself and really realize what is going on in that exact situation. Be proud of what you built, you know? Be proud of what you've accomplished. And that shows through in your aura, in your interactions with people. So you got to own your shit. You got to own your life. How to rizz up a gym girl you haven't talked to before. So the key to talking to women is talking to them like you're not attracted to them at all. That's it. And when you rizz up a girl in the gym, the best way to rizz her up is to not see it as rizzing her up. Just go talk to her, have a normal conversation like you're a normal human being. Don't even bother getting her number the first time you interact with her, or show her overtly that you're incredibly interested in her or attracted to her. You very well could be, but don't show it. Just talk to her like she's a normal person. Don't even bother getting her phone number the first time. You'll see her again. If she shows that she's interested while you're interacting with her, she's giving you very obvious signs that she likes the fact that the conversation is happening, you can come back around in a couple days, talk to her again, maybe get her number, get her name, get her Instagram, whatever. That's how you go about it. Don't think about it as rizzing them up. Think about it as you're talking to a human being. What is a red flag in a girl for you? Please answer. I would say a promiscuous background is one of the biggest ones. Having a high body count. Divorced parents. Mental health problems. That one's pretty big. Being a liberal or just being any sort of political extremist, whether it's to the left or the right, if they pay attention a lot to politics and put a lot of energy into it and get very emotionally involved in their political opinions, that is a red flag to me. It's also a turnoff. Not having a good relationship with their parents is a big one. If she doesn't know how to handle money, if she's in debt, if she has spending problems, if she's used to a very, very bougie lifestyle, those are all very red flags in my opinion. I'm looking for a woman who is the salt of the earth. If they talk terribly about their ex-boyfriends, that always throws up a red flag for me. If they're too sexually available, this is one that I've run into a lot, where on a first date, a girl will just offer herself to me. And that is a big turnoff, especially when they claim to be Christians, because it's like, whoa, what are you doing? Like you just told me 2 hours ago that you were a Christian. I probably told you that I was waiting till marriage, because I tend to bring that up on a first date, and now yeah. So being too sexually available is one for sure. If she has a public profile on social media, if she posts things on social media that are slutty, whore activity, massive red flags. If she hasn't worked a job, like a normal job, a mundane job, that's a huge red flag. Like she should have a work ethic. She should still be driven. You know, I like women to be feminine, but at the same time, they need to have some semblance of work ethic. They can't just be laying around all day. What's the best mindset to succeed in any circumstance? The best mindset is to be able to put a positive spin on anything and everything. Trying to see the good that may come out of any situation, no matter how terrible it seems. I talk about this pretty regularly, but Jesus is the ultimate judo master. He was able to take the worst thing that ever happened in the entire world, the death of an innocent man who was also God on the cross, and he used it to defeat sin. He was able to spin that and bring the greatest act of good out of the greatest act of evil that ever occurred. We're made in the image of God. Our job is to master that, to be able to see the good that is happening in every single struggle that we go through, and all of the bad things that happen to us. We need to be able to see the positive. We need to be able to see the good. It's a constant mental battle. It never ends, because we have these natural proclivities to constantly be falling into self-pity and despair. And so it's up to us to maintain that zeal and that spirit that allows us to move through life and continue progressing no matter how bleak things may seem. Any upcoming bodybuilding shows? This is actually the first year that I've taken off of bodybuilding for the past 5 years. It's felt pretty good. It's been nice and relaxing. But yes, I do plan on competing again in a natural bodybuilding show approximately 1 year from now, so next summer. I want to put on some more muscle before then, and I'm not even obsessed with bodybuilding for myself, honestly. It just makes really good content, and I love pushing myself. Competing in a bodybuilding show is one of the hardest things that you can do. It's controlled starvation. It will test your mentality like nothing else. You have to stay dialed 24 hours every single day, every single week for months in order to step on stage at a bodybuilding show. And that's why I plan on continuing to do it. But I wanted to give myself some more time to grow and continue to enjoy my workouts and my summer a little bit more, because I've been very, very obsessed with bodybuilding every summer for the past 5 years. So I wanted a little bit of a relaxed summer. I've been focusing a little bit more on business. What's the biggest thing that shows you if someone will be successful? Their ability to focus. In a world of never-ending distractions, When somebody is able to control their vices, when somebody is able to sacrifice their vices on the altar and constantly remind themselves to focus on the task at hand, those are the people that are going to experience the most success. Those are the people that are going to succeed no matter what they put their mind to, because they can see past all of the bullshit. They can see through everything. And they know what they need to stay consistent with. Focus is the best skill that you can possibly develop. Stop scrolling. Stop watching TV. Understand what vices you are inclined towards and learn to battle them every single day. And set up your life in a way that allows you to win those battles. Is it possible to build a future with someone who isn't working on themselves? So I assume that he's asking this question in the context of a relationship where the woman isn't focusing on building herself up. I am a traditional man. I have traditional views, and I believe that a woman is supposed to be a man's helper. And what this means is a woman is supposed to fall into your frame. She is supposed to help you with your success, and she is supposed to be devoted towards not only cheering you on, but helping you in the process, and also giving you a strong sense of peace in your life. That is what I see as most valuable. The most valuable thing that a woman can offer me is a sense of peace in my life. And if she's not giving me a sense of peace, if she's dragging me down, if I feel like she's lazy, go find another man. You are not the woman for me. My future wife would not act this way. She can either come into your frame and crave your success as much as you do, or it's just better to be single. That's the truth of the matter. Always be fine with being single. Always be fine with being alone. What would you do if you were not a fitness coach? If I was not a fitness coach, I would go find a very expensive product that I really believed in, and I would become a salesman for it. I would sell. I think that selling is a foundational cornerstone skill that every single man should develop. And I personally love my work. I love putting my all into my work. And when you work a job where you just collect a paycheck, it really breeds mediocrity. I like being able to make a percentage of what I bring in, because that incentivizes me to go out and take my work as seriously as possible, to put as much effort into as possible. And that's what God wants for men as well. God wants you to do your work to the best of your ability. Do you think that a 9-to-5 job structure encourages you to do your job to the best of your ability? Not really. Sales and eating what you kill, that does the job. That's what I would be doing. Do you let women disqualify themselves or tell them you are celibate up front? I tell women that I am celibate usually in the first conversation that I have with a woman, as soon as we're out on a date, or even in the first couple texts back and forth. I'll usually just ask them like, hey, are you Christian? And if they're like, yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm like, great. Are you waiting till marriage? And then they're like, insert their response. Usually never say yes, even if they are Christians, which is pretty crazy. Some will say, I'm trying to, but I haven't in the past. But then I usually lead with that. And I personally don't interact with women over the phone unless it's basically just getting to know them, asking them a couple questions, but then it's just setting up a date. When am I going to see you next? When are we going to hop on a phone call next? That type of stuff. I don't like texting back and forth with women. Most women get very intrigued when I do tell them that I'm celibate, and I'm a virgin and that I'm waiting till marriage. They love it when you're extremely direct with them. When you just tell them exactly who you are, exactly what your principles are, you know, and you will be tested. Like, women will say things to try to throw you off balance. You know, like to me, they said things like, "Oh, are you sure you're not gay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gay." You know, you just act completely unfazed. Don't show insecurity about it. The worst thing that you can do is get irritated over a woman testing you. And if someone ever like ghosts you, if someone ever is put off by how direct you are, or they don't want to be around you because of something that you said to start a conversation or on a first date, that's a beautiful thing. Stop looking at it as a bad thing. Like I talked about earlier, you got to put the positive spin on it, man. Like if she ghosts you, she wasn't that into you. You want a woman that's really into you. Go find that woman. That other woman was wasting your time. I personally tell women that I don't think that they should be able to vote on our first date. And even the women that are moderate or even a little bit on the liberal side of things, they tend to like that. They like how direct you are with them. But obviously, it's not going to land with everyone. And when that doesn't land, when they really don't like the fact that you said that, they're simply disqualifying themselves. So just let it happen. When did you learn to play piano? I saw that you play piano very well. I learned to play piano when I was very young. My parents forced me to do it, and I absolutely hated it. Every single second of it. I was absolutely miserable. But I am very, very thankful now that my parents forced me to continue to do it, because now I have a skill that I really enjoy. It brings me peace to sit down on the piano and play. And I have the ability to hear a song and pretty much be able to play it 30 minutes later if I put my mind and my energy into it. And that's really cool to be able to do. And women love it. People like to listen to it. I like making videos doing it as well. It's great all around. Last question, the best chapter of the Bible that can help me grow as a 23-year-old man that is trying to grow in life. I'm not going to recommend a chapter to you. I'm going to go ahead and recommend a whole book of the Bible. And that book is Daniel, my friend. Daniel is the story of a man in captivity in a foreign nation, Babylon. And it talks about all how he goes about navigating his life. Acquiring power, seeking wisdom, and remaining loyal to God and honoring Him amidst insane amounts of temptation, pressure to conform to a pagan society, and yet he stays true. He stays steadfast. It's my favorite book of the Bible. I think it should be every man's favorite book of the Bible. It is truly life-changing. Please go read it and learn more about the situation that you are currently in, because you're in Daniel's situation. Us as men looking to become better, we are all in Daniel's situation. It is up to us to resist temptation every single day and live out our lives in a way that brings honor and glory to God. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure to drop a like on this video. Make sure to drop a singular thumbs up in the comment section if you made it all the way to the end of this video, because if you did, you've got an attention span of steel, my friend, and I really want to give you props for that. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.